All right, I'm waiting on parts on a couple things, so not a lot of progress on the factory 5 right above us or the Challenger outside. So actually I got parts for the Challenger, but we can't get the Challenger done until we get the factory 5 completely mobile. There's a mechanical throttle linkage coming. It's supposed to come later this afternoon for it. Once we do that, we'll be able to get it in there. But for right now, since we're waiting on some stuff, we're gonna put down epoxy in the garage floor. So this is a cheap kit, just a Rust-Oleum kit. Supposedly this kit will cover, I think it says, yeah, 450 to 500 square feet, which I don't know. There's not a lot of material in there. I'd be kind of surprised if that's actually true. If it really will cover that, but we're gonna see. We're gonna see how it works out. So we'll get to that here and maybe just do a time lapse. Okay, like I was saying, it claims 450 to 500 square feet of coverage. This garage was a bitch measuring it because I have so much crap on the floor, but it's approximately 18 and a half feet, almost 19 feet wide by 26 feet deep. And that's counting actual wall to wall, not necessarily. I mean, obviously there's going to be some areas that we're probably not going to really worry about. I'm not going to move the lathe just to epoxy underneath it, for example, is what I'm talking about. So that works out to like 494 square feet. So that'd be right at the very limit of this supposedly covering 500 feet. But let's see how it goes. I think the cost this was like 115 or 120 bucks. Got it from Lowe's. So worst case scenario, even if I got to go back and get a second package, we'd be in at about 240, 250 bucks, which is not bad, because it's like I watch these videos, the guys saying, oh, I did it, and you know, it's pretty reasonable. Then, you know, they do a garage this size or a little bit bigger, and they're like, you know, for a cost of under $2,000, maybe I'm just a cheapskate. I consider $2,000 a lot of money just to put some epoxy on the floor. So, and I know obviously this stuff is probably not the quality of some of the other professional grade stuff, but for the kind of money we're investing in it, I think it's worth giving it a shot. We'll see. So we got to clean this out a little better. We're going to hose it out. We're going to do the acid etch and dry it, and we'll see where we're at. Okay, so what do we got inside the box? You got your base, you got your activator, you got the chips, paint stir, big spenders if they toss you one of those, and this is the etch mix. So basically this is like citric acid. So you mix this with water and that's what gets scrubbed into the floor to take out any like grease and oil residue, which I need because there's a lot of that going on here. And obviously that's just half the kit. The other half of the kit we still have down here. So it gives you 2 gallons plus, you know, 2 bags of the chips and 2 packages of the etch. I did not get this tinted, so it's just like that standard kind of medium gray that it comes with. But I guess when you buy it, if you wanted to, they can they tint it up for you. There's like, I don't know, what's it say in the box, 10 different colors or something that they'll do. 11 different tints available, blah blah blah. But either way, we're not doing it. So it's kind of, I think it's like a medium gray. So read the instructions. This is what we need to do. It's about 90 something degrees outside. It's a hot one today. So I guess after we get it mixed up, you only got about an hour to get it on there. But that's okay because we're doing it in quadrants anyway. So that works out. But let's get set up for doing the etch. So, as luck would have it, as I was time-lapsing this thing after it dried, the battery died on my phone, so we missed it. But you can see that one quadrant's done, and what we'll do next is now that I'm charged up, we'll make sure that we got a better view of this next section here, which also involves cleaning all this crap out of the way. But hopefully this is showing up here pretty decent. Had a boo-boo here. When I cleaned everything out, hosed it all off, water got up here on the steps going out the man door. And so that's slowly been dripping after I applied it. So as you can see there's an issue. I think after all this dries, I can probably clean that up with a towel, and then just like in that little spot, that like 1 or 2 square feet, just put a little bit down with a brush, and then once you sprinkle some of these flecks back over it, I think it'll blend right in. And even if it doesn't, I mean, it'll probably be a minimal difference anyway. At least that's what I'm hoping for. So we'll record this next section in time lapse and try to get a better view of it, but hopefully this is coming up all right. It looks pretty good. I mean, honestly, I wouldn't say professional grade, but like, it's 120 bucks, you know what I mean? It wasn't like we spent a fortune on this. All right, I'm not too sure how the video came out. Early on, like I said, there was one part where the battery died and I had to charge it and start over and whatnot. So there's some couple time lapses in there, and hopefully they kind of get the gist of the idea. But just finished the second, I guess we'll say second quadrant. So this half of the garage is done. Most everything got pushed to the back. There's a bunch of other stuff out here that I gotta throw away, so don't want to bring it back into the garage anyhow. And then maybe some other things if it gets wet overnight. Who really gives a shit, right? So but that's where it's at. At least got this half of it done. It looks pretty good. I guess we won't really know for sure until it dries overnight and clean it up, and then I got some little edges and stuff. Okay, it's the next day. It's been about maybe, I don't know, 18 hours since the last of this part was completed. It feels fairly dry. It still sounds tacky, like stepping on it. I mean, my feet aren't leaving any marks, but probably what I'm going to do at this point is we'll just put a little... I got to move some of these tools around and get things, you know, reorganized in here because I still have some stuff outside that sat out overnight. But other than that, I don't know. I kind of like it. I think it looks all right. Like I said, I'm in it $120. So looks pretty good. And that's enough material left over. We still got the other half there, the other gallon. It's going to be enough to complete the remainder of this once everything gets shuffled around and moved out of the way here. But overall, I'm pretty happy with it. And then you know, maybe in the weeks or months to come, we'll do a follow-up and kind of let you know how this is holding up as far as wear and or if it starts peeling or anything like that. But I think it looks all right.